On a rainy day like this, I suddenly feel like diving into a long novel. I don't know why, but whenever it rains, my mind just switches to literary mode.
Yeah, rain is like a best friend to books. I always think rain is a great editor. It makes every scene feel deeper, like the opening lines of a good book.
An editor, huh? So I guess lazy authors love rainy days, too less need to describe, and the scene still feels deep, right?
Exactly. Writing a sunny scene requires detailing the character's emotions, but just write, "It's raining lightly outside," and readers instantly switch on their melancholic romantic filter.
Haha. True. Sometimes when I read a story and come across rain drizzling past the window, my heart just melts. But people read less these days. Everyone's too busy scrolling TikTok.
Yeah, because short videos give you a quick dopamine hit. Books, though, offer slow depth like drip coffee. Social media's like espresso fast, strong, but leaves a bitter aftertaste. Haha.
I love that analogy. So, do you think literature still has a place in this fast entertainment era?
Absolutely. It just needs to change its shape. It doesn't have to be a hefty novel anymore. It could be a short, emotional passage, a storytelling podcast, or even a conversation like this one.
You just turned yourself into a living literary work? Planning to post the transcript of this chat online?
Maybe. Who knows? One day people might call this the David Lilly Coffee House Discourse School.
Haha. Sounds fancy. But honestly, I think a lot of people don't read because they haven't found their destiny book yet. It's like love find the right book and you're hooked for life.
Spot on. I remember reading The Little Prince times for the first time and sitting in silence all evening. Not because I didn't get it, but because it voiced things I never knew how to name.
I felt that with Victor Hugo's Times Les Miserables asterisk. When I finished, I felt like I aged a few years. Literature's magic, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't teach directly, but it makes you reflect on yourself. Sometimes a single sentence can change how you live your life.
Talking like this, it feels like we're in a French movie. All we're missing is the sound of bicycle bells and a scarf.
No worries, I'll play the quirky intellectual male lead. And you're the curious, refined girl always asking questions that make people think.
I'll take that role. But if there's a sequel, make sure we get a scene debating art. I want to spar with you intellectually.
Challenge accepted. This coffee will witness our future intense but not bitter debates.
Hey David, don't you think modern art's getting harder to understand? I went to an exhibition, and one painting was just a plain white canvas. Yet people stood there, staring like they were communing with the universe.
I know the type. Stare for 5 minutes, furrow your brow 3 times, nod twice, and you're officially an art connoisseur.
Haha. I tried standing there for 3 minutes. All I noticed was dust on the frame's corner. I really want to get it, but it's tough.
Honestly, a lot of modern art is about ideas over technique. That white canvas might symbolize the human mind before society scribbles on it, or the artist just ran out of paint.
Haha. If it's out of paint, that's the most honest artwork ever. But why do audiences still clap so enthusiastically?
Because in modern art, the most philosophical explanation wins. Like, I could say, this white painting reflects the inner emptiness of post-industrial humanity, where information noise drowns out our primal self. Boom, 100 points for profundity.
Brilliant! You should be an exhibition guide. Visitors would think you're a philosopher straight out of Paris.
Yeah, and I'd sell a understand art in 3 minutes for busy people package on the side.
Haha. That's so today's entertainment. Quick, neat, and a touch of illusion. But honestly, I think modern art has its charm. It lets everyone feel things their own way. No clear right or wrong like in classical art.
Exactly. The coolest part is the viewer's emotions become part of the artwork. If you find it meaningless, that meaninglessness is the message.
Then I'm a super honest viewer. I found that white canvas beautifully meaningless.
Haha, perfect. You're already halfway to mastering the art world, half feeling, half acting.
Speaking of acting, I feel like entertainment today is the same. Some music shows aren't about great singing, but great performance, massive stages, crazy light and smoke effects.
Yup. Sometimes the singer's average, but the crowd goes wild because they step out in a glowing outfit like Iron Man, dropping from the ceiling like a superhero.
Haha, so true. I went to a concert where, at the climax, the singer literally flew into the air, cables strung from the stage to the stands. I was just worried the cables would snap and turn it into an unexpected performance art moment.
That's high-risk art. But I think modern entertainment isn't just about listening, it's about the experience. People buy the feeling, not just the sound.
Yeah, audiences are pickier now too. If there's no unique hook, they'll scroll past in seconds.
Right. That's why young artists today have to create, market, and chase TikTok trends like pros.
Introducing the new generation artist painting, doing cover dances, and live streaming backstage merch sales.
And at night they edit behind-the-scenes videos on CapCut for a shorts post the next morning.
Honestly, art's no longer confined to galleries. It's everywhere: cafes, street walls, smartphones.
I love that. Art's broken free from silent walls and become more approachable. Anyone can be an artist as long as they dare to express.
Maybe one day this corner will become the David Lilly art space. People will sit here, listen to our coffee-fueled chats like this one.
And over there, we'll hang a white painting with a caption, "A moment of silence between two coffees, 2025.
A masterpiece, dear artist David. I'll be the first buyer if the price doesn't exceed 2 cappuccinos.
Haha, deal. Art starts with the smallest things.
After the rain, the sky always feels strangely beautiful. Look at the sunlight spilling inside. It's like everything's been reset.
Yeah, the sky after rain is like your mind after a sleepless night, warmed by a hot tea. Not perfect, but peaceful.
You're such a metaphor guy. But I like it. It makes ordinary things feel soulful.
Because life without metaphors is like coffee without sugar, rich but a bit bitter. You need a little poetry to make it smoother.
Haha. Then I'm the type who adds whipped cream. I always try to make things easier, even if it means distracting myself sometimes.
Yup, everyone's got their way of surviving this deadline-driven world. Mine's philosophizing over coffee with someone smart.
Oh, is that a compliment? Or are you buttering me up to pay for today's coffee?
No, I mean it. Life with regular talks like this saves me a fortune on therapy.
I feel that. Sitting here, watching people rush by outside with soft music playing, it's like escaping deadline mode.
But you know, life doesn't always have to be a race. People think happiness is at the finish line, but really, it's in these moments, sipping coffee, talking nonsense with depth.
I agree. I used to think I had to do tons, achieve tons, to live a meaningful life. But the more I chased, the more exhausted I got, not even knowing what I was chasing.
Exactly. Life's not a 100-meter sprint, it's a long trek. If you just charge forward without enjoying the view, you'll reach the end and forget what you passed.
So now I'm trying to slow down. Like this morning, instead of checking my phone right after waking up, I opened the window and watched the clouds for 5 minutes. Result? I was late.
Haha. At least you were late in a Zen way. I planned to exercise this morning but ended up practicing blanket rolling instead.
Haha, you're the poster child for minimalist living. Minimizing movement too.
Of course, minimalism is the green lifestyle, Lily.
Haha. But you know, sometimes those little lazy moments create the most meaningful ones because they're unplanned.
Spot on. The best things in life are usually unscheduled. Like us, randomly sitting in this cafe corner, starting a conversation with no script.
Sounds so romantic. If this were a movie, the camera would slowly zoom in and the soundtrack would swell.
Too bad we're out of budget for the camera. Haha. But sometimes, real moments are worth more than staged ones.
Yeah, I think modern life pressures us to fit a mold. Social media's full of perfect images, making us forget real life has its own beauty. No filters, no staging.
So true. We share peak moments to prove we're happy, but rarely the times we just sit quietly, watching sunlight spill across a table.
Then today, this sunlight on the table moment, it's just for us, okay?
Deal. A tiny moment, but it'll be a huge memory later.
Hey, have you ever thought if life were a book, what would this chapter of yours be called?
Maybe the chapter of unplanned things. You?
I'd call it The Little Corner Under Golden Sunlight, because sometimes a small corner like this is enough to remember forever.
Nice one. And I think chapters like these are what give a life's book its soul.
The afternoon's fading fast. It was so bright earlier, and now it's turning orange. I love this time of day the most.
Me too. Dusk feels so real, not as vibrant as morning, not as quiet as night. It's like a gentle transition, a pause to reflect on yourself.
Have you ever wondered what kind of life you really want to live?
All the time. I ask myself that almost every month, but the answer changes like 2 or 3 times a month.
Haha, same. Sometimes I want to be successful, influential. Other times, I just want to live quietly somewhere far away, running a little bookstore, brewing coffee, reading, and chatting with nice people.
Lily's bookstore café, huh? Sounds tempting. I'd be a regular, sitting in the back corner scribbling half-baked philosophies.
Haha. If you sat there, customers would think I hired a vintage vibe sage for ambiance.
Yup, I'd wear a turtleneck, sit by the bookshelf, nodding mysteriously now and then. People would think, wow, this guy must know life, when I'm really just debating dessert. Haha.
Haha, I'd put a sign out front. Free philosophy, paid pastries.
Genius. If you open that place, I'll design the slogan, one small corner, 1,000 big ideas.
Honestly, dreaming about a future like this is so fun. It doesn't need to be grand, just having someone to talk to like this makes life feel enough.
I get it. People think happiness is big stuff, success, fame, money. But sometimes it's just an afternoon, a cafe corner, and someone who makes ordinary things feel extraordinary.
Sounds like the ending of a movie. 2 characters talking about dreams and life as the sun sets.
Too bad the director didn't cue the climactic music. Haha. But if they did, this would be the part that makes the audience tear up a bit.
You know, sometimes I feel like life moves too fast. People rush past each other out there and hardly anyone stops to really listen.
Yeah. That's why talks like this are precious. They're like a bookmark in the book of life, so later, when you flip back, you'll smile and remember, oh, I sat in that cafe corner, talking about things that seemed small but were actually big.
Hey, have you noticed that every time we have a deep talk, the sky changes color? Last time it was rain, now it's a sunset. Maybe this cafe has its own lighting script?
Haha, maybe. What if the owner's a retired theater director, secretly staging the perfect backdrop for random philosophical chats?
Then, by movie logic, a mysterious stranger's about to walk in and give us a mission to save the world.
Nope, I just ordered more dessert. I'm saving my stomach first.
Haha! You always know how to break the cheesy vibe at the right moment. But I like it. Life needs those unexpected landings.
Because philosophy needs a sprinkle of humor. Otherwise, it's too heavy to swallow.
Here's your reward for an afternoon full of emotions.
Thanks, sweet philosopher lady. I'll remember this afternoon for a long time.
Me too.